What is up guys, my name is Ignas, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to make a dividend comparison on the two home improvement retailer names. So the first one is the larger company Home Depot, ticker symbol HD. The stock has been going lower this year and the year to date is down for 25.34%. In 1 year the situation is way better but still down for 1.57%, and in the last 5 years the stock has been going up from $153 in 2017, higher for 99.45% to over $305 per share. So on a market cap of over $313 billion, they have a P ratio of 19.37 and the company is paying a dividend which is now at 2.49%. So now I want to put Home Depot against another home improvement retailer. And that one is Lowe, ticker symbol LOW. So we do have a similar story for this case too. On the year to date the stock is down for 23.51%. 1 year's performance is positive, higher for 2.73%. And in the last 5 years the stock managed to go higher than Home Depot. In 2017 it was trading at $70.65. But in 5 years it managed to go up for 148.51% to $195.45 per share. Now Lowe's is a smaller company, the market cap is currently at $125 billion. But interestingly enough, their price to earnings is also lower at 15.93, and they are paying a dividend which now comes in at a yield of 2.15%. So dividends will be our focus for today's comparison. Let us go into Google Sheets to take a look into the plan for it. So in order to make this dividend comparison possible, I've put up 5 different factors. These will be dividend yield, dividend payout ratio, years of consecutive dividend increases, estimated 5-year compounding dividend growth rate, and dividend yield compared to its 5-year average. So we will put each metric into the small table and give a point every time for the winning stock. Then after these 5 steps we will check which one got more points, and we'll consider that name the winner of this comparison. I hope that the rules were clear, so let's start. So first we want to take the dividend yield percentage. It is calculated by taking the dividend payout and dividing it by the share price. So with an annual dividend of $7.60 per share and a share price of $305.08, we now have the dividend yield for Home Depot at 2.49%. Now in Lowe's case they are paying $4.20 in dividends on an annual basis, and the share price is now at $195.45. In this case, Lowe's dividend yield is at 2.15%. Now second metric is the dividend payout ratio. So the percentage here shows which part of company's earnings are paid back to investors as dividends. So in this case the lower percentage is better, since then they still have cash available to increase on those dividends or reinvest elsewhere. So in Home Depot's case, the payout ratio is at 43.43%. Now let's take a look into Lowe's. So their dividend payout ratio is at 28.45%, meaning that they are assigning a lower part of their earnings as dividends than Home Depot. Now next metric will be consecutive years of dividend increases. So here's the information for how many years the company increased dividends for at least 1 quarter every year. In Home Depot's case, they have increased dividends for 14 years straight. But now if we switch to Lowe's, we do get a decent surprise. It looks like the company has been continuously increasing dividends for almost 50 years at 48. So that is way higher than we saw for Home Depot. Now metric number 4 will be the compound annual dividend growth rate. We will check the 5-year average including the estimate for 2023. So for Home Depot, the annual growth rate is at 13.03%. Now if we switch to Lowe's, there is more optimism. As for the same 5-year metric with next year, the dividend growth rate is at 17.82%. Now I believe the last metric is the most interesting, and for that we'll use my dividend investing watchlist. Here we have Home Depot's dividend yield history for each quarter of the last 5 years, and out of this information we calculate that on average in 5 years the dividend yield was at 2.19%. Now we are able to calculate how far the yield is fluctuating from this average. It seems that the best yield was in the beginning of 2020 at 2.60%, so higher than average for 18.54%, and worst time to get in was by the end of 2021 with a yield of 1.64%, lower than average for 25.23%. But if we would be getting into the stock right now at a dividend yield of 2.49%, we would be getting the stock over average for 13.53%. So this is the metric that we will be comparing. So now let's switch to Lowe's. and in 5 years on average its dividend yield was at 1.67%. So best time to get in was in the first part of 2020, where the yield was at 2.36%, higher than average for 41.20%, and worst was in the first part of 2021, with a dividend yield of 1.15%, under average for 31.20%. But recently with the payout increase the dividend spiked, and at a percentage of 2.15, it is over the 5-year average for 28.63%. Now if you would be interested in doing a similar analysis for yourself, you are able to do that by following the first link at the top of the description. Otherwise feel free to add a ticker in a comment below, and I'll consider adding that into the watchlist myself. Maybe there are interesting opportunities that I'm still missing. So now that we have results for each metric in the table, let us compare. So with first metric, Home Depot has the higher dividend yield at 2.49%, dividend payout ratio is lower for Lowe's at 28.45%. Now for the years of consecutive dividend increases, it goes to Lowe's for 48 years straight, then 5-year growth rate higher for Lowe's at 17.82%, and the current dividend yield is further away from the 5-year average in Lowe's case, up from it for 28.63%. So we can calculate results and there is a clear leader. Home Depot has one metric winning, but in Lowe's case 4 metrics are better than for HD. So with 4 points, Lowe's is considered the winner of this comparison. And that was it. Make sure to support the channel and leave a thumbs up under the video. So do you agree with this comparison? Which name do you prefer, Home Depot or Lowe's? Do share your stance in a comment below. If you would be interested in getting access to my dividend investing watchlist, then consider memberships. By becoming a member you will get access to Discord, where I share all my Google Sheets documents and all the buys and sells exactly when I do them. This could be a great option to track my moves closely. Last week I did videos on other companies, so if you would be interested in any of these, then click on a video that is currently on the screen. And that was it from my side. Thank you for watching and I will be seeing y'all in the next one.